I remember when Christian movies used to look like this. But nowadays, they're looking more like this. So we are headed into what could be considered the golden era of Christian filmmaking, where 2026 will release and begin the productions of some of the most highly anticipated films in the history of the genre. In this video, I'm going to break down my top 5 must-see Christian movies of 2026, and stay to the end because I'll also share some news on some massive productions that are filming in 2026 that will likely release in 2027. But before I do, hey guys, my name is Rafik Jordan. I'm a full-time filmmaker that loves Jesus, and on this channel we make faith content for creative thinkers. Now, I've been watching Christian films since way back. I'm talking about Ben-Hur, bringing up Bobby, but I've never seen Christian films quite like this. This new era of Christian filmmaking doesn't sacrifice great art at the expense of a great message. These films are filled with great story, great acting. They're made by industry professionals with cinematic quality, and they still share and align with biblical principles. And I've searched all over the internet to look for some of the top films being released in theaters in 2026. All of these films are ranked based on their visual imagery, their revealed storyline, their Christian messaging, and my personal taste. Are you ready? Let's go. Number 5. A Great Awakening. A Great Awakening tells the story of Reverend George Whitefield, an Anglican priest who played a leading part in the Great Awakening. The film primarily focuses on his friendship with one of our founding fathers, Benjamin Franklin, and the film will uncover how their unlikely friendship led to this spiritual movement. The director, Joshua Ank, also directed the film I Heard the Bells in 2022 and a stage play titled Daniel back in 2024. Now, I'm a sucker for a good period piece, but I know that they're very difficult to pull off. But since this is not the first time that the director is doing a period piece, I expect this film to be on point. But I think what's going to make this film special is its ability to balance faith, historical accuracy, and conflict. And a lot of heartfelt films like this, sometimes they can come off as cheesy because there's not enough conflict to the narrative. And Hollywood often corrects this by adding a ton of conflict, which then makes it not as historically accurate. I think if they can find a balance between these 3 ideals, this film will likely be a feel-good movie for the whole family that focuses on friendship, faith, and of course, liberty. The film is set to be released in theaters in spring of 2026, and the creators of this project hope that this film will remind Americans of this profound event and of the fact that true liberty is found in Jesus Christ. Number 4, I Was a Stranger. The film is about the intertwining stories of 5 people: a doctor, a soldier, a smuggler, a father, and a captain, each on their own journey. The film portrays the struggles of each individual as they navigate their danger amid a global refugee crisis. The film is produced by Angel Studios, the same production company responsible for films like His Only Son, the controversial yet still a box office hit The Sound of Freedom, and the animated film David. These type of based on true story, tear-jerking thrillers is what Angel Studios is all about. And the trailer reveals a film that is high tempo and filled with the tension that should keep you on the edge of your seat. Not to mention the film features a pretty prominent actor in Omar Sy, which tells me that we can expect some good performances from this film. I'm pretty excited about this film because it looks and sounds legit. The trailer alone shows that there's a ton of conflict here, and I can also spot that there's some character development as we see the smuggler, who seems to be all about money in the beginning of the trailer. Later on, we discover who he might be doing this for. While this film might not be overtly Christian, it does hold some Christian values, and the film was once titled A Stranger's Case, then it was changed to I Was a Stranger, which refers to Matthew 25 verse 35. For I was hungry and you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger and you invited me in. I Was a Stranger is set to release on January 9th, 2026 in theaters everywhere. Number 3, Young Washington. Before he led a revolution, he survived one. I just think that's a dope line. The film, as the trailer shows, is a war hero epic directed by John Irwin, who also directed Jesus Revolution, House of David, and I Can Only Imagine. Already based on the cinematography alone, I can see that this film rivals the caliber of any Hollywood film. I think it's worth noting that this film is already getting buzz on publications like Variety and The Hollywood Reporter, which I think is something to celebrate. It is not often that a professed Christian filmmaker gets global recognition on non-Christian publications, which just goes to show that great storytelling can open up doors in the most unlikely of places. One thing I'm mindful of is that this is a war film, so it most likely will be graphic to some degree, and director John Irwin has shown in The House of David that he's not afraid to push the boundaries for the sake of historical accuracy. Now, while this film might not appear Christian on the surface, it is certainly Christian affiliated through its director. It's also produced by Angel Studios and features actors like Ben Kingsley, who is no stranger to a biblical film, and Joel Smallbone, who is a member of the Christian duo For King and Country. So I wouldn't be surprised if there was some connection in the film to Washington's faith, or at least some reference of biblical value. Young Washington is set to be released on July 3rd, 2026, one day before Independence Day. You see what they did there? And I can tell you right now that if this film is even remotely good, if it even gives a slight hint of being a modern day Braveheart, it will blow the box office wide open. Hey guys, if you made it this far in the video, I want to invite you to hit the subscribe button down below. And if you really want to be a big supporter, we invite you to join our Patreon and become a member. Your support helps us to continue to do this work. It's something that we're really passionate about, and you get some awesome perks just by joining. Go ahead and check out the link in the description box below if you want to become a Patreon member today. Number 2. I Can Only Imagine 2. The film follows Bart Miller, the lead singer of Mercy Me, as he faces a personal crisis at the peak of his success. This film is a sequel to the first film that uncovered the true story behind the song I Can Only Imagine. This film is a biopic uncovering the behind-the-scenes struggles of a popular musician, which tells me that there's going to be some more down-to-earth conflict that all audiences can relate to. The trailer itself reveals some type of conflict involving a sick family member, the loss of a loved one, and Bart's internal struggle of trying to make music while his world is unraveling. The mix of tragedy and success is always a compelling narrative. I think amongst the films that I've shown so far, this film has the potential to deliver some of the most heartwarming performances. The film is co-directed by Brent McCorkle and Andrew Irwin, the brother of John Irwin, who also co-directed the first film. And again, the production quality looks pristine. And while the film may not pack the same punch as a Young Washington, I think we know for sure that there's going to be some strong Christian messaging in this film, and I expect it to draw a large audience, as Mercy Me is still one of the top Christian bands today. Did I also mention that this film features Dennis Quaid, who at this point I think has got to be like the Samuel L. Jackson of Christian movies. Like, this dude is in everything. You can watch I Can Only Imagine 2 in theaters on February 20th. Before I mention my number 1, here are a few other films that didn't make the list that you guys should still stay up to date with. The Larry Boy movie from the VeggieTales universe, expected sometime in 2026. The biblical film Daniel, which has no specific release date but is also expected sometime in 2026. The Chosen series, which is not technically a Christian film, but you gotta mention that season 6 will be released in late 2026, and probably one of the most popular Christian films of all time, The Passion of the Christ, has its sequel, The Resurrection of the Christ, which was originally set to be released in 2026, but has now since been moved to 2027. Now, without further ado, number 1, 0 AD. The birth of Jesus, its direct challenge to King Herod, and Mary's courage to fight to protect the Savior of the world. It's the retelling of a biblical classic from a new perspective. I've seen a lot of films about Jesus' birth, but none quite like this. The film is another Angel Studios project with a solid cast of actors, including Sam Worthington and Jim Caviezel, who played Jesus in The Passion of the Christ. You can expect this film to deliver great performances, and the conflict between Mary and Herod is actually really interesting to me. One person is trying to kill a child in order to protect his throne. another person is trying to protect a child who will ultimately save humanity and establish an everlasting kingdom. It's the battle of two empires with tons of conflict with supporting characters, especially the soldiers who have to wrestle with this idea of killing a child in order to prove their loyalty. I honestly believe that this film is going to be gorgeous and exemplify some of the best of what Christian filmmaking has to offer. The film was originally slated to come out in December 2025, but it should hit theaters sometime in 2026, and you can bet that I'll be one of the first people in line in order to watch it. Let me know, guys, how did I do? Do you agree with this list? What film are you most excited to see in 2026? Drop in the comment section down below. I'd love to start a conversation about this topic, but before you go, you should see the hidden biblical connection in Finding Nemo, films like The Pursuit of Happiness, and Marvel Avengers. All of these films are films I've broken down in my content series, Movie Devotional Mondays, where every week I break down a family-friendly film and connect it to God's character and scripture. You can binge all of season 1 by clicking this link right over here. Until next time, take care.